Hello friends, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of the Shooting Show, and we're going on with our endurance testing of the Glock pistols, and I tell you what, they look awfully good. Let's run another 10 downrange, and of course we're shooting full 460s here because we need to find out how these guns are going to hold up once they're in your hands. We don't want to sell you something that's not going to hold up, not going to work. Observe our target here. Now friends, it is so important that we prove what our theories are, and in fact we have literally had to re-engineer the Glock because, believe me, Gaston Glock never intended, or he never envisioned one of the Glocks that you could actually hunt elk with. He never envisioned the power of our cartridge in his gun, although they are doing really well. We're glad to have you with us. Get my hearing protection out so I can hear. A lot of things going on, friends. We are, of course, always trying to bring you up to date on what is happening as far as our situation as shooters, and it does not look good. Something we need to alert you. Hey, we actually can chalk one up. We won one, as far as I know. You know, on last week's program we talked about what was happening in Frankfort, Kentucky. These federal war games that they're trying to foist off on us as civilians. We should not be practicing for firearms confiscation in the United States. We should not be practicing for rounding up dissidents in the United States of America. That should not be going on, friends. We as citizens are where the power that our federal government has, where any government, it comes from us. We don't need a federal empire who is treating us like serfs. Never. Not in the United States, never. And your calls, as well as all ours, all of our calls to congressmen and to public officials, cast a lot of light on the Frankfort, Kentucky exercise up there. And from what we're understanding, the federales called the dogs off. So this is exciting. Yeah, we won one for a change. You see, friends, when we join together, when we start getting active, the liberal socialists run for cover if enough of us are angry enough. So by all means, we're going to try to keep you informed. Something that's very important we need to bring up on today's program. In New York on September 6th through the 9th, the United Nations is going to have a Millennium Conference type thing. They're going to have hundreds of non-governmental organizations, which means they're not elected by anybody. These are groups that want to remold the world, and they're going to start laying plans to do away with every country's constitution, including ours. Now, if they're going to take away our constitutions, what do you think is going to go first? They're going to relieve us of our personally owned, privately owned guns. That's what it's about, friends. They're going to have to relieve us of our guns because some of us are going to resist the New World Order. If there's ever a time that you and everybody you know who cares about our country needs to get active now in helping to defend our Bill of Rights, we're only going to have it as long as we're willing to defend it. That's it. There have always been tyrants in history, and I promise you this. The New World Order, what they have in mind for the United Nations government, they're talking about imposing a worldwide income tax to support the United Nations of $1.3 trillion per year. It's not enough we pay local and state and federal taxes. Oh no, now the United Nations is going to impose an income tax on every living person in the world. It's got to be stopped, friends, and it can be stopped. It can be stopped. This is what, in fact, I got sweat running my eyes. I'm hot and I'm angry as well. They can be stopped. It's up to us, those Americans who care. One of the ways that you can help is to help us stay on the air. Your contributions are very, very important to this project. That's how we're here. If it weren't for your contributions, we would not be here today. So please, friends, if you can sit down and write a check to the Shooting Show or any of the programs in our project, please do as quickly as you can, because, you know, first of the month is coming right up and we have to buy our satellite time in advance. And we and many of you just refuse to quit. Well, you know, one day we're going to get that network running. We're going to do it. One day we're going to do it. So please, friends, if you could help us, please, time is short, and we do need your contribution. You can send to the Shooting Show, 327 Irvin Rowland Road in Beverly, Louisiana, zip code 71024. And please, friends, if you get a chance, look for the article on our 460 Dan Wesson in the new Guns magazine. They're just coming out now, and it's a great article. We appreciate John Tappan, and there are some loads listed, and of course we were very happy with how John Tappan's 460 revolver shot. It shot half-inch groups at 25 yards with a 300 grain bullet. You've seen that here on the program. You've seen those loads here. If you have a Dan Wesson, we have some specialty loads that go only in the Dan Wesson at this time, only the Dan Wesson. And we can send you that loading information, but only if you have a Dan Wesson 460. So we do make that available. The loads won't go in the magazines of the 1911. They're longer, and but they are remarkable in how they perform. Certainly some great big game loads. Friends, remind you, if you have a MECTEC, please tell somebody. If you have a problem with any of our stuff, call us. But the MECTECs and our pistol kits are doing so well, we've got to sell these things. That has been a huge help in keeping us here. We're at the point now that a lot of people are finding out about our 460 cartridge. It is really taking off, but we really haven't made much money from it yet. And that money has helped us stay on the air. So we really need you to tell somebody about the great MECTECs, about our cartridge, and about our pistol kit for the 1911. We also have kits for the HK USPs, and if you want to get on our list for the Glock, sign up now, because we will be, hopefully in the not too distant future, be delivering Glock packages for the 460. We've already got a couple of folks, several folks on there actually, on that list. If you want a 460 Glock, get on the list now, and as soon as we have all our parts worked out, we will contact you, and then we'll go from there. Something else that is so important. Friends, you need to get this book, Why Not Freedom. You can buy it at Amazon.com. You can order through the American Freedom Network, 1-800-205-6245. Why Not Freedom? This is so important. It is literally a textbook to help us reclaim our country. I think it's the only chance we have. I think it is absolutely the only way that we can possibly get our country back. What we've got to do, the people in Washington cannot be trusted with power. They've proven that over and over and over. The only way we can survive as a country, as a United States of America, is to reclaim the power for the states, for the counties or parishes here in Louisiana, and for the local communities, and for the home. It's got to be done. It must be done. This book will help you get a grasp on what has to be done immediately. Well, friends, we've got a great show for you. Have something we need to show you in just a moment. And, you know, it's snake season here in the South. It's snake season, and a lot of places it's snake season. And I tell you, the little 410 shotgun like this gun from Mossberg is an absolutely wonderful piece of equipment that you can have in your vehicle if you're still living in parts of free America where you can carry a gun in your vehicle, or around the campsite. Again, if you're camping in free America where you can still have a gun at your campsite. And certainly this is no slouch for home defense. Anybody in your family, your wife, your kids, can easily shoot the 410. Now, friends, these little 410s can be such great fun, and it's a great teaching tool. You can teach members of your family that may be uncomfortable with higher-powered guns. These really are neat little guns. This one, of course, from Mossberg, the little 410 home security model that they have, and one that we highly recommend.
Stay tuned for more of The Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Now, friends, here's one of the most important publications you can get. This is the Great Georgia Arms Catalog, and please write their phone number down, 1-800-624-6861. This is a tremendous catalog with the best ammunition prices available in the United States. Okay, well, here's a mention of the shooting show. Hey, that's reason enough to support them right there, but you get superior ammunition at superior prices. Let's look over here. Let's see, what do we see? 460 Rowland, yes indeed, but we also see a tremendous number of other things. 45 ACPs, 44 Magnums, 41 Magnums, certainly our defense load there, defense special 41 Magnum load available, but all kinds of others. 9mm, 357 SIGs, 44 specials, 30-06s, 7 mags, all kinds of neat stuff. Plus they have components. If you want to load your own, they'll sell you lead bullets, they'll sell you nostril bullets, all kinds of great features. Yes, in fact, they'll even sell you a 460 Rowland kit for the great 1911 guns, cleaning accessories. Here's gunpowder for sale, loading equipment for sale. Friends, give them a call today. These are some of the finest people, period, that I've ever had a chance to meet. Curtis Shipley and our good friend Larry Haney from Georgia Arms, and they're helping to support the shooting show. Give them a call today. Get a free catalog, 1-800-624-6861. And please don't forget to tell them you saw it here on our show.
And now, friends, we have a special video piece featuring Jim Clark Jr. and the combat shotgun.
The shotgun is one of the most effective self-defense tools available, able to deliver awesome firepower with just one pull of the trigger. Competition practice is an excellent training ground for self-defense shooting techniques. Jim Clark is one of the world's best all-around practical competition shooters, equally adept at pistol, rifle, and shotgun. But if you were to isolate just one of his talents above all the rest, it would be his ability to handle, operate, and shoot the combat shotgun. Clark possesses an almost unnatural ability to shoot the shotgun both fast and extremely accurately. In this program, he discusses the modifications he has done to his shotgun and how to set up your own shotgun, plus shooting on the move, basic and advanced reloading techniques, and the basics of stance, grip, using your sights, and trigger pull. And Jim Clark will demonstrate some incredible shooting that will both amaze and entertain you.
This is a little assault course that we use in some of our classes. I'm going to run it with my Benelli, and I'm going to use SOF rules, which mean that I can only start with 5 in the gun. I'll have to finger load off my belt for the rest of the targets. This course of fire has 10 targets, so somewhere on the move I've got to load 5 rounds in order to finish the course. And like I say, there'll be no speed loaders, and I can only start with 5 in the gun. So let's give it a try and see what happens.
All right, here it comes. Shotgun. What is the technique there that you employ? I mean, let's see how you shoulder the gun and how you hold it.
Everybody has their own ideal. I shoot a shotgun just like I'm quail hunting, which is where I learned to shoot a shotgun in South Texas, jumping blue quail. I just like to watch the target and let the gun come between my eye and the target. No really extra motion. I'm not having to aim the shotgun at the target. I shoot a lot of aerial shots, practicing just to stay in practice with this.
So you like just some clay birds thrown out?
Trap, sporting clay.
All right. Well, let's make sure the gun's unloaded. Let's point it right down to the barrel here.
Okay, the chamber is unloaded.
All right. Let's go ahead and see how you shoulder it up.
If you were the target, I like to keep my head still. I don't want to put the gun up and then go hunting for the target. There's the target, pointing right at it.
Okay, let's do that again.
The lens is the target. Point the shotgun at it. My head, or very little movement if I can get it. I don't want to be hunting for the cheek place on the shotgun, or moving my head to the shotgun. Keep my head still, shotgun comes to my head.
So let's go and put the gun all the way down at the
Just like as if I was doing a one-shot draw with my pistol. I want to keep my head here and put the gun in between my eye and the target. Same thing with a shotgun.
Great. And now, how do you use the front bead out there?
I'm aware of the front bead, but I don't actually use it. I could take it off the gun and do just as well with it.
Really?
Friends, this video, which is actually 52 minutes long on all sorts of facts on combat shotgun, is available from Clark Custom Guns, along with a number of other titles. Give them a call, area 318-949-9884.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Earlier this year, the Clinton administration shocked the nation when it announced a historic agreement with the venerable firearms manufacturer Smith & Wesson. But if all you knew of the Clinton & Wesson agreement was what the mainline media told you, you would think that Smith & Wesson only agreed to require people to buy trigger locks with their guns. Since they were already doing that, you might think that Smith was pretty clever. As is often the case, the media version is far from the truth. The Clinton & Wesson agreement is a black-booted step toward the stomping out of the rule of law. The Clinton & Wesson deal is actually a contract to be enforced by court order. It is a piece of unconstitutional legislation that never went before a legislature. It will result in tax monies being spent without legislative appropriation. The Clinton & Wesson deal is taxation without representation. Ever hear that phrase before? Probably not if you're a recent graduate of a government school. The commission will be comprised of 4 bureaucrats and 1 industry representative. There is no information in the contract about how they will be chosen or financed. One thing is certain, Congress will have no say in the matter, and these folks will not be working as volunteers. But if there are any infractions of the yet-to-be-determined edicts of the commission, the violators can be put in jail for contempt of court. The Clinton gun control agenda is enacted in this contract, and it will apply to all gun sales, not just sales of Smith products. No sales at gun shows where there is still the freedom of private sales. No sales without a certificate of consumer training. No purchases of more than 1 handgun every 2 weeks. No sales of self-defense magazines above the politically correct number of 10. No sales of politically incorrect semi-automatic rifles and shotguns. The dealers would have tremendous costs as well, including installation of electronic security, huge safes, ammo displayed out of reach, and more. If you were a dealer, would you submit to these terms? No wonder Smith & Wesson is being dropped like a hot rock by dealers. Concerted action by dealers in an antitrust law violation? Hardly. These are the spontaneous decisions of rational, freedom-loving Americans in the gun business. Why not tell your dealer you want him to drop Smith, that you do not want to buy any gun from a dealer who has bowed the knee to a tyranny on a par with what George III attempted? Boycott Smith & Wesson, support the Constitution. And from Washington, this is Larry Pratt.
Friend, for information on the only no-compromise gun owners organization in the Washington, D.C. area, call Gun Owners of America, 888-886-GUNS, 888-886-4867.
You know, friends, it's great having these guns. It's great sport. It's the only sport I'm aware of. If you become better at it, you may become more proficient in actually saving your life. But you know, it's important. We go out and shoot. So many of us go out to maybe a vacant lot somewhere or out behind our house or out in the woods, and we shoot at rocks and we plink and we shoot at cans. Well, why not shoot at targets? And this is important. We've got the folks from bore sight targets, and you've seen them in years past here on our program. And we're doing a joint effort with bore sight. They're building our grass silhouette targets, and we certainly want to try and help them. Friends, this is the greatest idea. We've got literally all kinds of targets. They come in a package like so, and you can order different things. This is what a woodchuck, a groundhog, in fact. Here is rabbits and squirrels, cutouts that are actually life-size, and this is great. Now, here's the neatest thing. This is the neatest system I think I've ever come across. They send you in the package little metal stands, and of course this is cardboard, and you just put it in the corrugation, and guess what? Now your target is on a stand. It's off the ground. Let's see it in action. Friends, with this system, all you have to do is just stick it in the ground, and now we've got our rabbit in a mid-air jump. This is a terrific idea. Bore sight targets. This can really be helpful in training, and of course they are close to the ground, which you've got less chance of your bullet getting out of the range or off the area. So just the neatest thing. You back up and shoot the target. Now friends, just like that, just the slickest thing when you're through. And of course when you want to change targets, you can run a piece of tape over this like we do our others, but all you have to do is just pull the target off and discard it, get you another one. This is really a great idea. Other targets they have, friends, are life-size, and of course the turkey, you'll set it out at a distance, and it will tell you these are life-size at different ranges. Great practice. Here's one life-size of a coyote. Very realistic, and of course they have the area marked, which will deliver a clean kill on the animal. So this is great stuff here from bore sight. Also, you know, how many times downrange at 100 yards have you been out there and, oh my, let's go set the target, let's go set the target. They have a couple of variations on this in color. Now you can order these things as a package, which makes a lot of sense to me, and certainly these are very fine people. They have helped support us in the past, and of course now they're making our targets, and they're spending some money because they believe in the discipline that we're doing. So we're going to try and help them. This is the neatest target system that you can buy and just purchase without making yourself. My goodness, it's a lot nicer than most of us would make ourselves. Just a great idea. You have these, go down, set it out 100 yards, and you can hit multiple shots. You know which one you were shooting at. Just a tremendous idea from bore sight targets. Now then, friends, they're open Monday through Friday, Eastern time, 9 to 4:30. You can give them a call. They got a free phone number here. It's 1-800-200-9690. Bore sight targets. Let me give you that number again. Let's put it up on the screen. 1-800-200-9690, and they will sell you a package of whatever. It comes with the little stand in it. A package of things, very economical. They ship them out UPS. They do take MasterCard and Visa. Like I said, they're helping us on projects, so we want to do what we can. This is great target practice, my goodness, and give some realism. You know, you can put these over in the bushes or somewhere, and when you're teaching one of your kids to shoot, or you're practicing yourself, or even setting up hunting competitions, you can put these things out strategically on these little stands and walk by, and you can see if you can find them. This is a great idea.
Stay tuned for more of the Shootin' Show after these important messages.
Friends, remember, a broadcast copy of our shooting shows are archived at Jim's House of Videos, area 318-869-0439, or on the internet, www.jimshouseofvideos.com. Now for our support group, let's mention Custom Leatherwork and Saddlery in Denham Springs, Louisiana. Their number is area 225-667-9225. And for your communications needs in the Albuquerque, New Mexico area, you can call Brooks Communication, area 505-888-2929. And Dennis Crocker has our rule books for our new grass shooting discipline. You can call Dennis at area 864-587-8722. To have your gun stock painted, you can call Camouflage Technologies at area 909-674-6488. And for heavy equipment rentals in Southern California, call Gearlings Equipment Rentals. Their number is area 909-354-6476.
Now, friends, we're going to do a gun handling tip, very important for shooting, certainly a handgun properly, even shooting a rifle. You know, I observe people constantly. We know this gun, 1, 2, 3. Like I said, friends, we check them 3 times. I have seen people shoot guns like so. The back of the gun, the center line, should be on like so. The web of your hand should be in here in the beaver tail of the grip safety. The gun should be in a line running down your arm here, pretty much straight. You know, we're pointing our finger here type thing. All right, I have seen people hold a gun and want to use this part of the finger to pull the trigger. One, that puts you way up here on the side. You can't control it properly. You don't have a proper grip. And this is the wrong place. A lot of people don't understand which part of your finger you should use to pull the trigger for best performance and best accuracy. It's not down here. It's not this joint. It is, in fact, the middle part